This is the craziest draft day I can remember. I'm Grant Cohn. That's Jason Aponte. We're here to talk to you about it. He's there. Tell everyone where you are real quick.
I'm in Cleveland. It's raining. I'm in a room watching NFL Live just like you are because I'm not. I refuse to go over by Cleveland right now while it's raining and stand outside while it's cold. But I'm on location, and you're absolutely right. I don't remember a draft day with as much movement, discussion, this close to the draft. It's insane.
And we were thinking it was getting real heated about Mac Jones. Like Mac Jones was the topic of conversation for the last couple of weeks, maybe the last 3-4. Now it's like, hey, forget that guy. What about Aaron Rodgers? Someone brought it up to me last night in the live stream, and I couldn't even take it seriously. Turns out the Niners were really thinking about that because apparently Aaron Rodgers is pissed. I don't know. Adam Schefter says he's disgruntled. What do you think the likelihood is that Rodgers forces his way out? And if he wants to go somewhere, what can the Niners offer to get this done?
So to be fair, Jay Glazer, who's very tapped in as well, also said that this is not a contract dispute. This goes far deeper than any sort of extension talk. It really leads itself to a fact that Aaron Rodgers wants to go. And Adam Schefter retweeted him and also said that's absolutely true. So as far as, the question was, right, how did the 49ers
real quick, it seemed like NFL Network had the Packers back as soon as it came out. And then Fox, ESPN, more of the independent guys were like, actually, you don't have Aaron's side of the story. Sorry about that. Keep going.
No, you're good. You're good. So, as far as this, right, 49er fans should be excited about something like this. I just feel like the timing's off right now because of, the way that they've moved up and what they've sent. So you can send pick 3 all you want, right? Like I saw the video of you laughing about it. It was pretty funny, and you did make me laugh. No,
delirious.
No, you were.
Yeah. but it wasn't honestly, that bad of a suggestion, honestly.
No, now that you're looking back at it, right? Like, did that guy have a point? Like, he kind of did.
It might have been Kyle Shanahan. I don't know.
Kyle Shanahan looks at you. You doing the quality control meetings, and he's pulling up to your lives now?
I'm inviting him, so maybe he's gotten the invitation.
No, so look, 3's not going to get it done. There is no first-round pick for you to give in the next 2 years. So, I don't think that this is going to happen, honestly. But, there is a world where Aaron Rodgers probably told Green Bay, yo, it's San Francisco or nowhere else. The team that really scares me as far as who could come along, New England.
Yes.
Bill Belichick's probably sitting there watching, monitoring, and I feel like Aaron Rodgers wouldn't walk away from that. Why would he? Why would he try to walk away from that? But this seems like the worst kept secret in football. Right after they drafted Jordan Love, anybody could have seen him asking to be out. And after last year with the way that it ended with the play call, and then I felt like the press conference was a little bit damning as well. Well, don't ask me. I didn't call the play. Seems like you just sort of like we're trying to, get away from any sort of blame. So anybody could have seen this coming.
And then seeing how the season ended with the Bucks and Brady, I think he's very envious at all the autonomy, all the freedom that Brady has, kind of like LeBron James. And he's like, well, why not me, man? I'm just as good as Tom Brady. Aren't I? Can I do this too? And so here's what I think. If the Niners want Aaron Rodgers, I think there's only one way to get him. I don't think number 3 in Javon Kinlaw gets it done.
No.
There's who is the biggest asset in the organization?
Oh my goodness. Are you leading me to the answer? Is it right now?
Hey man, you got to make tough choices. So
it's Nick Bosa.
Oh, no.
George Kittle?
No. Kyle Shanahan.
You're going to trade Kyle Shanahan for Rodgers?
Shanahan. Let me say, hey, look.
Go.
It's never easy. It's not easy to get Aaron Rodgers. It's not like you got ways to get him. I'm saying this might be the only way. If you could trade Bosa or Kittle, baby. But Kyle Shanahan's worth as much, if not more than them. I mean, if the Raiders got 2 firsts and 2 seconds and $8 million for John Gruden, maybe the Niners could get 2 firsts for Kyle Shanahan. Now, you can't trade Kyle Shanahan to the Packers, obviously. Trade him somewhere else, you get 2 firsts, and you let Aaron Rodgers coach the freaking team.
One more thing, too, is if the Packers send Aaron Rodgers to the 49ers and he's going to win the Super Bowl the next year and the year after that, that's suicide, career suicide for so many people.
Yeah.
The issue is, I think that the idea of Aaron Rodgers being here is with Kyle Shanahan, right? Well, so it's not like you could bring back Tom Sula and say, boom, we're going.
We assume that he likes Kyle Shanahan the way everyone does, but maybe Aaron Rodgers just wants to coach the team the way Tom Brady does. And if you think about it, you bring in Aaron Rodgers, you draft Kyle Pitts. I mean, you do get rid of Kyle Shanahan, and that's very tough because he's hard to replace. That being said, who wouldn't want to coach that team?
I mean, anybody would. I mean,
anybody
it's not Yeah, and who can do the job. It's less about, I mean, if Aaron Rodgers in San Francisco would be the most enticing job, doesn't mean that they're fit to do it. Hugh Jackson.
Honestly, Aaron would want to do it himself. Would love to.
No,
Aaron would want to do it himself.
But then it kind of lends itself to what you've been talking about, as far as like sometimes having the coach who is just going to be either placeholder or a puppet master type thing. Then that would have to be that sort of coach. That's what I'm talking about when you bring back Tom Sula. You have to bring back a Tom Sula who's just going to be a head coach in name.
Yeah,
but he's not really going to have
promote Mike McDaniel, the head coach. Let him be in charge of the run game. Rodgers is in charge of the pass game, and you got DeMeco Ryans on defense. I think that's a Super Bowl next year. I don't know.
If Aaron Rodgers was over here and Kyle Shanahan was here, also that's
Super
Bowl. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But okay. So how do you get Aaron Rodgers on this team without trading Kyle Shanahan?
You can't.
I don't think you can.
No, you can't. And here's the thing: it would take Aaron Rodgers to just straight up go to the media and straight up say, I'm only going to San Francisco, figure it out, figure out how to do this. Here's the part about this that's strange.
That's what LeBron did with the Lakers, right? Like, I'm going to the Lakers. End of story.
Yeah, that's it. And he signed with them.
That's true. Basketball.
With this, it's suspicious when the timing of this comes out.
Yeah.
Your team is about to be on the clock soon here, right? And we kind of all figure where people are going to be going right now at this point. We're getting closer to 4 hours away right now. Now, this is when you decide to, air this out, leak this to Schefter. Now, if this isn't the final middle finger to the Packers, then I don't know what is. This is beyond saving.
It's true. It's such a middle finger. It's like, oh, you thought you had plans, things you wanted to do, other positions you wanted to address. Hey, forget all that. Do this.
You thought Rashad Bateman being a mock to us is going to change my mind? No, I'm out. I want to be out. And I feel like I said, I keep going back to that last press conference after the Bucs game. He outplayed Tom Brady for 3 quarters. He just couldn't get it done in the last quarter. But he was adamant about, this was not my problem. This was not, these were the play calls. I just try to execute. And the writing's been on the wall with Aaron Rodgers. We've been talking about it. Honestly, I've seen your shows. We've been on shows where you've talked about what if Rodgers pushes his way out. This felt like the worst kept secret. Now that Schefty's thrown it out there, now it's law now. So, I mean, I don't know what you gain from all this and who could jump in, right, and do this. Like, another team that I find interesting, again, and I talk with my guy who is, of their fan base, the Steelers.
Yeah.
The Steelers should go and try to do whatever they can to try and get Ben Roethlisberger replaced now. They won't take Ben Roethlisberger, and they reworked his contract, but I think that's the part that'll probably hold that back. But if the Steelers want to continue to win, they could be one of the teams that does it. Washington's another team that probably could. And we're all naming teams that, except for Pittsburgh, that would probably be in line for Jimmy Garoppolo, right? So
Washington would be a good spot for him, honestly. It's a good team.
That team would be very dangerous. Very dangerous with
It's never had a defense like that. Ever.
No.
Ever.
No.
Okay, Rich says Kyle's ego couldn't handle Aaron. Maybe Kyle's desperate enough to win that he could. I mean, you never know where someone's at. Kyle wants to win.
I've been here for a few hours now. I walked around with my 49ers gear. Everybody's saying Happy Mac Jones Day. But, I've had discussions with people here and kind of the vibe with people who aren't 49ers fans is that they believe that Kyle's an egomaniac. That's what I've been getting, from Browns fans. I've talked to Bills fans. I've talked to everybody. Everybody seems to have the same sort of thought process when it comes to Kyle. And you can kind of see it, but, it's funny that's the narrative outside. And now that you talk to other people from other fan bases that they kind of confirm it.
Good opportunity for Kyle Shanahan to prove people wrong. Easy Tino says Steve Young would want to do that job. Yeah, make Steve Young the head coach. Let Aaron Rodgers do whatever he wants. Last Second Sports says 3-43 may get it done. 4 hours before the draft, and Rodgers is forcing their hand. They may not have a choice if they want assets now. Good points.
I feel like that's selling him short. But he's right though about.
Yeah.
But I think that he's right about, after the draft, your window and your team opportunity, it goes out the window because how many teams are going to be looking for quarterbacks? Who knows what's about to happen tonight? Who knows if Washington trades up and Trey Lance slips to 4 or 5 and they go and they get him, and who knows?
If this has to go down tonight, maybe that's the best offer you get for 3-43.
That feels like middle finger to you, Packers, and you get nothing for me either, and I'm about to flourish. Also, his cap number is astronomical. Think about this. The Packers have to eat $38 million in dead cap space if he is traded. That makes things so much harder to deal with.
I'm sure that's why we hear the reports from the NFL Network saying there's 0% chance this is going to happen, because from the Packers' perspective, there's 0% chance that there's zero way that this can happen. It's just not feasible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on. There
What
was
a
a couple
day.
more. What a day. This is great, man. And it's like we're 4 hours away and we're still playing the speculation game. Hey, just milk it till the very end.
The
Thank you very
NFL
much.
The NFL
They're
has
getting
done
better.
an incredible job with this draft, man. And you know what? Don't be surprised if they told the 49ers keep everything under wraps on who you're going to pick because we want people to.
The ratings are way too good. We're killing. We really lost a lot of money last year, and you'd be surprised how we're making it all back.
It's so funny because I'm here and I don't watch ESPN. I don't watch any of these things, but I'm in places where I'm getting something to eat. And literally every single topic is who's the pick at 3 on NFL Network, on ESPN Live. It's all clicking right now for the NFL.
Yeah, the Niners are really the center of attention in the NFL for the first time in a while. It's pretty amazing. Jeremy Price says Kyle's beginning to look like Jeffrey the Brat King in Game of Thrones. I honestly don't watch Game of Thrones. Is that a fair
real
comparison?
Quick. So Joffrey is the king.
Oh, Joffrey.
Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. Joffrey's the Brat King who takes over, and he can't do any wrong. He's like an evil person. So I mean, I kind of see what he's
is that Peter Dinklage?
No, come on.
I love Peter Dinklage. That's my favorite.
Grant.
Sorry, no. I don't watch that show. I don't know.
That's fine. It's fine.
My bad. It's not that I don't like it. I just don't have HBO. I'm saving up for it. Sorry. Maybe next year. I'll get the ducats together.
Next year.
I would puke if Aaron Rodgers were in red and gold.
What? Why? You don't like that?
In happiness? What's wrong with that?
I would puke from all the alcohol that I would consume because I would be expecting a Super Bowl.
I wouldn't be mad about it. I mean, the Niners would become even more relevant. They'd be even more the center of attention. And I feel like my career would benefit.
Yeah, and they'd have the best quarterback in the NFC West. Who wouldn't want that?
All right, so that's enough Aaron Rodgers.
That was pretty cool, though.
That was pretty cool, though. We did 12 minutes on him. He might be the Niners quarterback by the end of the night. Who knows? Is it fair to say that Mac Jones will never be the 49ers quarterback, or at least not tonight?
He's not the pick.
I don't think he's the pick.
He's not the pick. Nothing about anything that's happening screams that he's the pick. And I'm not going to say I told you so because I definitely sweated it out. But yeah, he's not the pick. It's not him.
I don't think he's the pick. I mean, I'm not saying I have sources on this, but I feel like you don't even need him.
No.
I mean, all you got to do is have a pretty good sense of how people feel about him locally and what the media is saying and what would happen if they took him. I mean, the questions at the press conference, the headlines, it would be just nonstop ridicule. And I don't think the Niners want that. I don't think they can do it.
Denver.
We haven't even talked about the DUI, the video that came out. It's hard to sell this, man.
Don't even worry about that, honestly. I think after the Denver trade for Teddy, I think that kind of told you everything that you needed to know. So Denver, it seems like is tipped off what's going to happen the first 4 picks. And they realize that neither of their guys are going to be there. Now, whether that's Fields, I believe it's Lance. I think they know that Lance is going to go. Okay. But that goes to tell you what other teams think about Mac Jones.
Yeah.
You could have stayed there and had Mac Jones, but you know what? They said, let's just get Teddy and let's just see what happens. And if they do find a way to draft the quarterback, then, the report came out right before we jumped on that Drew Lock would be on the trading block, which is, again, one of the worst kept secrets. Obviously, he would be on the trading block as the youngest one.
Of course.
So,
yeah, I mean, I don't think he's going to be the pick. I think maybe from all reports, they went up with the intention of getting him. I'll believe that. I mean, maybe it's not true, but I can see that. But the more that's come out about him, the more harder it is to take it. I mean, fans are revolting already, and he hasn't even been the pick. There are legit questions to ask about that guy. And I don't know. I just don't think I don't think they're going to pick him.
Nah, nothing's pointing to it right now. Pointing to it right now. No.
Hester says, Jed York tweeted, can't wait to make new friends through social media. It makes me think it's not Jones unless he's being sarcastic. Why?
So that's a good point. Jed York is jovial on social media right now. Joking
what's that about? Yeah.
So he knows the pick.
Yeah.
He's fine with it. And if he's pulled up to social media, people have been tagging him in anyone but Mac and all that stuff. I'm putting pieces together for no reason, but Jed York is on social media and he's happy with the pick.
Right. And if it was Mac Jones, he'd be sweating it out because it would be bracing.
He wouldn't be on social media.
Nah. It'd be bracing for the least popular move of all time.
Was that you? Did you tweet that right now? It's either like everybody's laughing or like Kyle and John are fighting and Adam Peters is trying to break it up. Or
no,
like
I wasn't. Yeah.
So someone tweeted either Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch are in a room laughing about all this, or they're wrestling to the death, and Adam Peters is trying to separate them, like to try and figure out what this pick is. Yeah,
that's hilarious.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't feel like Kyle. If if everyone's against Mac Jones and Kyle was holding out for him, I think he has to back down at this point. Not because of some new game tape they found, but because of other type of tape.
Here's an interesting theory. Did Jed York allow this trade up to happen not knowing who the pick was?
That's amazing if it's possible.
That's what I mean. I don't. So Jed York, who isn't the football mind that Kyle Shanahan is, let's just be frank, said, yes, you can do this, but you got to take this guy or one of these guys and not this guy, right? I don't know who that is, right? But I don't think it's not pointing to Mac. It's not.
To me, I think that what's most likely, unless they're really doing some great smoke screens, is Kyle sold Jed York on Mac Jones. So we're going to trade up for Mac Jones. They said yes. The more info they dug into Justin Fields and Trey Lance, particularly Lance, they liked. Mm-hmm. And the more time that went on, the less popular Mac Jones became. And I think he's less popular right now than anyone in the Niners organization could have guessed a month ago. They didn't see this coming. I mean, if Kyle says Mac Jones is good, I think they probably thought, okay, Niner fans will get into it. But now it's like, hey, trade Kyle. Fire Kyle if he makes that pick right now. And I don't think they saw that coming.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it. If it's Mac, then the clock starts. If it's not, then you get a chance to develop any of these guys. So again, it all boils down to what's going to be the question of the hour, the question of the month. What's going to happen at 3?
Rick says, Grant, you need to watch Game of Thrones. I'll give you my login information for Ape Max. Dude, people always giving me stuff. I feel like Jake from State Farm. I'm like, hey, man, thank you. Like, no, here, take.
Hey, Rick, I want to watch Godzilla versus Kong. Can you hook it up? Like, good God, I already seen Game of Thrones. All right.
Carl says, this Rodgers news shows me we aren't drafting McCorklius Jones. Yeah,
it's done.
I think
it's done.
To me, my whole theory is that Kyle Shanahan wasn't supposed to be at that press conference on Monday.
And he was pissed that he had to be there.
I don't know. He was pissed about something. He was definitely pissed, and he was there.
He was pissed he had to be there, and he was pissed that he had to answer questions about who they think he's going to be picking. And it's still the same question that got him irritated in the first press conference about
of course.
The Kirk Cousins.
He doesn't want to answer that question. He doesn't feel.
And he didn't want to be there. He's disgruntled. He was just like, listen, man, this was supposed to be Lynch's thing. He does this every year. Why am I here? But all those things, they needed them to come out and answer those questions.
My conspiracy theory is he saw that video of McCorkle just before he went out and was like, oh, God, I
can't sell that one to the team.
I can't sell this. All right. Raymond Martinez Jr. What's up, Raymond? Says Mac drinking problems hit too close to home with Alden Smith experience. It's the clean players like Lance and Fields who will be picked. I agree. And we're going to talk about which one.
John Lynch literally picked Solomon Thomas because he was the can't miss off the field prospect.
That's right. I think there was a big thing that Jed York felt that that he had allowed Trent Baalke and Jim Harbaugh to sully the 49ers brand. And that above all else, Jed York is responsible for maintaining a brand which goes way before him, way precedes him, and is, up there with the Yankees and pretty much that's it. The Yankees and the Niners. So he's got to handle that.
And look at it like this. If you didn't think that the 49ers were relevant, look at what's happening around this draft. Look at all the discussion around the 49ers having a chance to get a franchise-altering quarterback. This has dominated the news cycle. Have you ever seen the 49ers ever in this sort of news cycle where they are constantly the discussion? And that proves your point that, the 49ers are still a prestige franchise that everybody wants to see what happens with them.
Absolutely. It's like they're a sleeping giant that's been awoken, and all of a sudden it's like the West Coast Cowboys in terms of media exposure, media coverage.
And they're just and they've made more Super Bowls.
That's right.
Sorry, don't. We're not doing the Dallas Cowboys thing on here. Sorry.
Dupe 408, good name, says, would Urban trade the number 1 pick for number 3 in Bosa? Deal or no deal? No.
We get number 1?
Yes, and they get 3 in Bosa.
That's Travis Barker.
Travis
Barker. Travis Barker's got Kourtney Kardashian. He's doing pretty good.
Dude, Travis Barker needs to go away, man. Come on, Travis.
Wait a minute.
Nothing makes me more upset than the Travis Barker remix. Like, no, turn that off right now.
So I joined your stream and you decided to wake up today and slander Travis Barker. That's what we're doing.
The Travis Barker remix. No, get that the hell out of here. No.
Honestly, would Urban trade 1 and 3 for Bosa? No. But would I?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Sorry, I really like Trevor Lawrence. I like Nick Bosa. You got to trade great players to get great players. Nothing against Nick. Yeah, good question. EJ says, do you think the Niners would trade ahead of the Steelers to draft Najee? What would get that done? Niners are known to trade back into the
Isn't that one of your topics?
Yeah, let's go there, right? Well, we're going to hold this. It's going to be one of our topics. So thank you. I promise we're going to answer the question. There was one more donation we're going to hit real quick, and then we're going to get back to our things.
Yep.
Oh, hold on. Mac was the guy until the party video. Now Lynch is telling Kyle no way, and Kyle doesn't want other prospects, so they desperately seek Rodgers. That's what I think. We'll never know.
Well, I think the timing of all this is bad. I mean, if you would have told the 49ers come get me before they traded up, this would be a done deal already.
Yeah, that's right. That is so true because they would have had the ammo.
They would have had the picks.
Dude, the Niners have been so caught. Like, they've had the timing all wrong. They were too patient on Stafford. They were waiting for Watson. That fell apart. They were waiting on Mac Jones. They can't do that. Aaron Rodgers should have been the one. Oh, man. Well, it's not easy.
Rodgers, this information would have been good to us yesterday. Like, not right before, like, you trade up for all this stuff. Like, go back and tell us. Like,
this is outside the box thinking right here from Jared Davis. Trade Shanahan to the Falcons for the 4th pick.
Do we get Arthur Smith at least?
They just hired Arthur Smith, but hold on. Trade Shanahan to the Falcons for the 4th pick. Take Lance at 3. Pitts at 4. Hire Mike Shanahan as head coach. Boom!
That's Galaxy.
They never saw it coming. Galaxy brain.
Stuff.
I liked it. I liked it, man. I did not see that coming. There were so many twists and turns in like 3 sentences. Less than that. Hold on, man. The questions they come in fast.
I told you, and you wanted to do a short show.
I know. And then people, if you miss them, they hit you up on Twitter later. Like, hey, I didn't appreciate that you stole my $5. You're like, yeah, you're right. You're right. My bad. Kate says, do you think Rodgers wanted out for a while and decided now to come out about it to force his way to SF so Green Bay takes the 3rd overall? Man, it's possible.
But I don't think he cares about Green Bay getting the 3rd overall pick. He definitely does not care about what the Packers have got going on right now, honestly. He doesn't.
Maybe he's just trying to force it to happen. It's like, it's a deadline business. Well, it's a deadline day. Maybe something will happen today.
Yep.
Hey, yo, Christopher, thank you.
And the NFL loves its drama.
I love the drama.
I mean, but who could have predicted all of this on one draft night? This doesn't happen in Major League Baseball. It doesn't happen in the NBA. It doesn't happen in NHL. I didn't even know they had a draft. Like, this is still the most fun draft, honestly, at this point.
They're leaving so much money on the table by not doing this stuff. Trade number 2 for Rodgers, then Patriots. Number 3 for Rodgers, then Patriots draft Jones and trade him here for Jimmy.
No.
Rodgers, no. But thank you for the donation. Chad said, no. I think the shock of the draft will be the Jets selecting Justin Fields and not Wilson. What would the Niners do then? Trade with the Falcons? They would take Zach Wilson, I think.
Yep. And look, all right. Maybe I'm spoiling something, but pick 3 is Wilson or Fields.
Oh.
Yep.
You're spoiling it. Why do you? Okay. Let's just do it then. Hold on. Pitts at 3, run the team back for a year, maybe 2. I know this is blasphemous. Trade Kittle Bosa, Pitts that guy, get some draft picks back. You know I want to do that. I have so many people telling me what I want to do daily. I'm like, yeah. Appreciate you. Yes. Draft Kyle Pitts. Donnie, thank you. Okay. All right. Okay. What was that you just said?
It's Fields or Wilson.
How do you okay. Tell me that.
I think that's been the board. I've a lot of people that I've talked to who I trust, people who tell me things that, I never go to Twitter about because I don't care to break news or anything like that right now. That's what it feels like. It feels like it's Fields or it's Wilson. Wilson goes 2, then it's Fields. Fields goes 2, then it's Wilson. Trey Lance is definitely in there. I just know it's not Mac. That's the only thing that I can really say for sure. But I think that it is Wilson or Fields. And I think that the idea of Kyle not talking about Fields the entire time was to keep him away from the Jets. So think about this. The Jets run a coaching staff that is exactly Shanahan's style. And if they start to feel like Fields is the guy, then they're going to take a look at Fields and they're going to go and, oh, well, if Kyle wants him, let's go look at him. And, so here's one more thing. And this is what kind of lends to the idea of maybe Fields going at 2, because I'm starting to get more and more, I guess I'm not talking myself into it, but I start to see the rationale when it comes to that. LaFleur is part of QB Collective as well, too. Mm-hmm. And he talked with Kyle. He knows Justin Fields very well. It's not off the table. I still think it's Zach. Just based on organization and their history. I still think it's Zach. But I think it's Wilson or Fields at this point right now. And you can start to see the betting lines move a little bit more. Not that means anything because Mac Jones was leading for how long, and now it almost seems like an afterthought. Every single person that was like, it's 95% Mac, I know it's Mac, has completely backed off that stance because, 1, they don't know. And 2, it's starting not to feel like that, honestly, when you start to, put things together and you start to talk to people who are in the know, which is, whoever you trust at this point.
We both agree that we really, really don't expect the pick to be Mac Jones.
Nope.
Do you feel the same way about Lance? Are you ruling him out?
I'm not ruling him out. If it comes down to Wilson being there, then it's Fields or Lance. At that point.
Okay.
In my eyes, I think that I'm going to stick to my guns, and I think it's Fields. Right there, but. Lance is
but that's your opinion. I'm just saying, like, you haven't heard that Lance is. I'm just
no.
Okay.
No.
Right.
Lance is not out of this at all,
Okay.
honestly.
Okay.
And I would not be shocked if he was the pick at 3.
Okay.
Just based off of what I've heard from people that I trust, hopefully it's true.
Right.
It's just, I know it's not going to be Mac. It's going to be one of those 3 guys, but I think that it's really like Wilson and Fields that are like, the 1 and 2, like, or the 1A, 1B, if you will.
Kelts Chronicle says my friend's 14-year-old son is fighting for his life at Stanford. He's an A+ student, never been in trouble. Suddenly has major heart problem out of nowhere.
I'm sorry.
Pray Warriors for Lamont, please. I'm praying for Lamont.
Yeah,
so sorry
absolutely.
to hear that.
Absolutely, man. Positive vibes. Football doesn't matter when it comes to stuff like that. So all positive vibes to you, man.
Yeah, Lamont, if you're watching, hang tough, man. We're thinking about you, man.
Absolutely.
All right. Christopher, thank you. There's a couple more, and then we'll get back to our show. Frank says Trey Lance at 3, trade Garopp in 2nd to the Patriots for their 15th overall, and take Najee at 15. Garopp in the 2nd for 15. I don't think Garopp's worth that, man.
No, because Teddy just got a 6th, and even if you think Jimmy's better than Teddy, which I do, probably a 4th at this point. That's why the reports are coming out today about the 49ers. Well, they have to be blown away. No, it's just because they're not willing to accept 4th round or 5th round for Jimmy Garoppolo.
Right, if they get more than a 5th round pick, they'd be blown away. They go, wow. I mean, you just saw what Teddy Bridgewater went for, but okay, yeah, we'll take it.
That's what I was afraid of when I saw the compensation for that. I was like, that's not only going to take away a place where Jimmy Garoppolo could land, but it's going to upset his market now, and now they're going to use that as the bar, and that is where we're at right now.
Double whammy. Renee says Sunday is Jimmy on the roster for our 49ers. Keep crushing it. Love the show.
I don't know if we're going to be alive on Sunday. Boom, I said it first.
That was the weirdest. That was one of the weirder things a head coach has said in a while, man. It came out wrong. It sounded weird.
He was so agitated. That's what I'm saying. He was so mad. He was so upset about being there. That's why it came out that he was trying to say, I can't predict the future, but that came out, and all of a sudden Kyle Shanahan turned into Thanos.
It's like, damn, man, did you just eviscerate us all? Like, Corey says, did Lynch or someone with the Niners leak the Mac video to torpedo Kyle's pick? You never know who leaked that video, but man, I feel bad to be Mac right now. People are really at his neck.
He'll be all right.
Damn,
he's gonna get drafted. He'll be fine.
He'll be all right, man.
He'll be all right. You good, bro? Come on, man. Stop caping for these NFL guys who are gonna be millionaires. He'll be all right. Stop it.
People get shot every day, B. You be all right. You tough, right? You tough, right?
You tough, right? Yo,
you tough, right?
Get you some soup. Get you some, get you some blanket. You good?
You be all right, B.
He'll be all right.
You didn't think I knew about that.
I did. What are you talking about? You're an East Coast cat at heart.
And deep down, will the Niners trade back into round 1 and make my life a little bit more hectic tonight?
Spicy prediction. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
How are they going to do that? 43 and Jimmy, what are they going to do?
I don't know, man. And who would be the trade partner? Who's there at the bottom right there to get back in there with 43 and Jimmy? Washington's probably going to try to move up. The team that you need to keep your eye on in the first round moving up is New Orleans. And there's a lot of smoke now around that. And New Orleans is in a spot where if they view Mac Jones as their Drew Brees heir apparent, they're going to be aggressive. So, Jay Glazer, who's really tapped in, actually, I will give him a lot of credit. He rarely misses, was talking about them being. But then someone came out and said, no, it's not for a quarterback. So why would the Saints trade up for a cornerback? If that's their need, right? Because Marcus Lattimore needs to get his deal signed. So, I think the 49ers are going to go back into the first round. I think so, honestly. If not, then the high second. I don't know for what. 43 and Jimmy is not going to get it done with anybody at the bottom of the draft. Pittsburgh doesn't want that. None of those guys need that. And when you're talking about the bottom of the draft, they're all quarterback solid at this point. What would you take on Jimmy Garoppolo's, contract for, or bring him in and just have that hanging around your team because Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be there and he's a winner. And if that guy starts struggling, then, again, I don't know what it would take, but I have a feeling the 49ers are not done tonight. Like, they're not just going to be picking once tonight. Like, there's a lot going on. They've been wheeling and dealing all offseason, bringing everybody back, running this trade, and I think that when they identify someone that they really, really like, whether that's a running back, whether that's an edge rusher or something like that, corner. Yep. I mean, they're just going to go and try and get him, man. I mean, if you can make Rashad Bateman slip to where the Packers are, let's trade with the Packers, and let's get him as our third receiver, but I don't know what it would take. I just have a feeling that they will be trading into the first round tonight.
Najee? Travis Etienne? I don't know.
I don't know, man. You could have Javonte at the same time in the second round.
Najee's like, please pick me. Please.
Najee wants to be here. He's met with the team several times. He's from the Bay Area. It fits too much, honestly. There's a lot going on with that. So, yeah.
You should think about that because a lot of times it's tough to get these kids from the South to want to be on the West Coast, man. They're not from here. It's really expensive. And it's like, all the same, I'll just sign somewhere else when I'm done with this first contract.
He wants to be here. And then the other thing with the running back position is that Raheem Mostert has one more year in his contract. Jeff Wilson Jr. is not under contract as well. So now you're talking about next year. If you don't bring either of them back, what are you doing? So now you bring in a running back who's going to be cost control for a few years. Makes sense to me. I know that 49er fans don't want to hear that, or 49er fans don't go high or pay for running backs, which is wrong. And that's not true at all.
But it's
but it is a need. And that's why I don't mind getting Javonte Williams or one of those guys, because you're going to need him for 4 straight years before, if you want to pick up his 5th year option, you'll have him for 4 years of straight up cost controlled 15, 16 running back touch guy.
Alejandro says 3rd and Jimmy G to the Patriots for JC Jackson. Is that more realistic?
I'd love that. And don't give us Stephon Gilmore. That injury, there was a doctor that put something out about his injury and that it's going to be harder for him to come back, Gilmore. And he's already up there in age, man. JC Jackson is the move. You think
this gets it done?
I don't think it will get it done, honestly. No, not for him.
Okay.
No.
Of the last 5 Super Bowls, only one has been won by the more athletic quarterback.
Mahomes?
Yeah.
I mean, look, everything deserves its context. Mahomes played great last Super Bowl.
Brady wins every other year, and he's the least athletic quarterback. So what you're saying is that Brady wins every other year.
Yeah, and he lost to Nick Foles, right? Exactly. Yeah. So and the thing is that Patrick Mahomes played very well, honestly, in this Super Bowl.
He did. Is Julio to the Niners a real thing?
I wish.
Yeah.
I really wish, honestly. I mean, that's just selfishly because he's my favorite player in the league. But no, honestly, the cap hit and everything as well too is a little bit too much. I mean, they would have to really clear some space, honestly, to get that done. And remember, as for as much as I love Julio, he's always banged up, man. It's tough to
and he's like almost my age. So
I would love nothing more than to have Julio Jones play for my favorite team, but probably not going to happen.
Yeah. Niners plus any top 3 quarterback is okay. Niners plus Kyle Pitts is gnarly. Any quarterback can shred with that offense. You're telling me they can't upgrade from Jimmy? That's a good way to put it. I mean, really, Fields, Lance, can either one really fail? Is either one going to struggle? If you put Pitts on this team with Jimmy Garoppolo fall on his face, good options. Just don't take Mac Jones. Kyle, listen, don't. I know you want to. We're trying to help you.
I'm going to say this for the 1,200th time. Mac Jones is going to be a fine quarterback in this league. A fine quarterback in this league. I promise you. He's going to be fine.
Yeah, but Jimmy's fine.
But when you move up for 3 with that compensation to pick Mac Jones, that's the problem. Right.
That's not good enough. Joshua says, do you think the Niners are hyping up the this year's class of quarterbacks so the Pats have to trade for Jimmy instead?
Do you think the 49ers are hyping up to use this? So here's the thing. This is what's interesting, right? Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be someone that people are going to look at, right? And it all depends on where the board lies. So how the board moves is going to dictate who's going to have openings and things like that. I don't suspect that it would be day 1 if Jimmy Garoppolo's moved. Is going to be day 2 if he's moved. That way you really have a sense of where the board is going, because after round 1, whoever had needs, they're already filling that. So now you're getting to a point where, you know that these other teams have needs, but you know where they're going. And then remember, the pickings get really slim after the top 5, 6 quarterbacks, right? Now you're taking on quarterbacks that you either are trying to project or you believe that there's something, right? And that's where it gets a little, look, there's value in having a starting quarterback in this league. Whether he's injured, that's a whole other thing. But Jimmy Garoppolo is still a starter in this league. I still firmly believe that.
Yeah, and then you got Donnie saying take Pitts or trade out. Of 3, take a later on quarterback. Montana was the best, wasn't drafted in round 1. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting how people really like Pitts. I mean, think about Pitts, when you first hear the idea of the Niners taking him, it's like, no, stupid, shut up. He's not a quarterback. But then, like, the more you look at him, it's like, well, everyone agrees he's great. I mean, there's no one who's like, well, there's this one thing about, no, he's great. He's going to be great. And the thing, when you trade 3 first-round picks, do you have to get a quarterback or do you have to get a great player? I think you have to get a great player.
You do, but that's not why they moved up. You got to get a quarterback,
of course,
right?
Of course,
so that's I hear.
All I say is I see where Donnie's coming from because I'm right there with you, man. But yes, of course they didn't do it.
Pitts has a low bust rate. right? Like that's or a low bust chance, right?
Low,
Like that's
absolutely. And I think his ceiling is as high as anyone else's. And if the Niners wanted Mac Jones and are scrambling for a solution to this problem and Aaron Rodgers isn't it, maybe Kyle Pitts is it. I don't know.
You'd love that.
I would love that, man. I would wear Only Shan's shirt for a month. I'm on. I don't care. I want that. I would wear that shirt, man. Come on, Kyle.
What was the bet? No, we'll talk about it offline. It don't matter.
I forgot. That's a good question.
Yeah.
I make so many bets and lose all of them that I just conveniently forget. EJ says fantasy draft Pitts with the 3rd pick, then trade back into the late first and draft Kellen Mond. That will be the future, in my opinion. I'm a cult leader, man. These people have drank the Kool-Aid. Hey, EJ, no disrespect. I think you're very smart and you're a gentleman and you're wise, because I would say the same thing right here. Honestly, you just got 2 Hall of Famers with the price of 1.
Once Chris Sims put that out there, man, that completely validated.
Oh man, it's the best day of my life. Oh man, McThanks says Grant out of Fields, Wilson, and Lance. Who has the best outcome on the Niners and why? Oh, that's a great question. Me personally, after looking at all of them for months, I actually have come around to Lance. I think Lance is really special. But I don't know. What do you think, Fields?
Honestly, I would say Fields, but all 3 of them. So this is the thing. The buzz around the league is this, and it doesn't matter who the pick is. No matter who the quarterback is, we'll be walking into the best situation that a pick at number 3 will ever walk into as far as any team. And that's exactly why any of them would succeed. So it's just a preference on what you want to see happen. But I understand the Trey Lance thing, and it makes a lot of sense to me, man. You know, like me, I started the process and I was on Trey. You know, when I continued to evaluate, I started to fall in love with Fields more. And that's no slight at Wilson either. All 4 of them are great. You know, Lawrence, all those guys are great, and Max great too. You know, but it's just more
data with Justin Fields. And if you like him, you can point to the evidence. And if you don't, you can point to the evidence. But with Lance, it's like, well, we don't really have any evidence here. But if you talk to this coach or this, the thing about Lance is everyone gives him a rave review. Like everyone's like, man, wow, oh my God,
he's smart.
He's
The only red flag is that he likes ranch on pizza, and that's when I was just like, okay, whoa, I'm adjusting my rankings, and he's got to come down a little bit. Yeah.
First time I saw that was in the dorms at UCLA freshman year. I went out with a girl from my high school because we didn't really know anyone yet. We just went out to dinner, and we got the pizza, and she started dipping it in ranch. I was like, "What are you doing?" And she was like, "I've never done that." No, I was like, "Man, we can't ever get dinner together. I can't be seen."
First and last dinner.
That's it. I'm sorry, but she was cool, but we just have to like hang out in different settings. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't be, that reflects poorly on me. Loki said, is Mac Jones even better than Kyle Trask? Hell no. Hell no.
So this is a good question, right? And here's why. If you look me in the face and you say that you like what Mac Jones does, then why don't you like what Kyle Trask does? I know, I'm not asking you. I know.
What is the actual difference here? I don't know.
One's taller, one played for Alabama. But if you like one or the other, if you like Mac, you kind of gotta like Trask, right? You kind of have to. You can't tell me Mac Jones has a much stronger arm than Kyle Trask, because that's not true. And if he does, it's marginal. So maybe Kyle has so many. No, he doesn't. No, tricks up his sleeve. We're here. We know what's gonna happen. We got a couple more that we can sneak. Well, one more. Mm-hmm. I think we already answered this one. Someone asked it. Will the Niners trade Jimmy Garoppolo tonight? Not tonight. I don't think tonight. You know, and you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't happen right after the draft, but I'm going to put my money on the day 2 movement after you see the board, after you see what everybody's going to be targeting in the second rounds, and everybody starts to get to a point where you understand what other team needs are. So, once you find out what those, again, Chicago is touting Andy Dalton as quarterback 1. Doesn't mean anything. I don't care what social media posted. It doesn't mean that they're completely out of it. So let's see. Shanko says Green Bay should love number 3. They could move it easy. Might be the most they can get at the 11th hour, but you can't just capitulate. You can't just fold. You got to hold tight for a day, right? Yeah, you can't just say, "Oh my God, this is done. All right, whatever. What are you going to give me?" Yeah, because that's what other teams are trying to prey on. So something came across while we were talking as well. While he wants out, no team has made any formal trade request or any sort of offer. So I don't know if that means anything, but that was per Adam Schefter also that came across. So while people kind of know it's the worst kept secret, nobody has made any offers. So, don't get too far ahead of yourself. And again, you got to let the draft play out before things start to happen, man. I have a feeling that if Rodgers is moved, it's to a team that you didn't see coming, or is not the 49ers, or just was something that came out of the blue?
If Rodgers is the Niners quarterback by tonight, man, that
what
live stream is going to be lit.
Emergency live stream. Emergency live stream.
He's going to make us so much money. Thank you, Aaron. I hope you come over here. Jesse says Shanahan is so disgusted if he can't get Jones. He's just going to run a 1950s offense and run a 2 tight ends, Pitts and Kittle, backfield with Harris. Hey, man, you got my blessing, man. You have. Isn't it amazing how many people call in, donate to tell me the Niners should take Kyle Pitts? Yeah, man, Pitts. I totally agree. Please. I'm sold. Thank you. Pizza with ranch. I'm sorry. If you do that at home, I support it. Please keep watching my show. I was not judging you. I'm all inclusive on my show.
Oh, so the comments people are in on pizza.
Hey, wait a second. That was
no judgments.
My bad.
Yeah, man.
It tastes really good.
Different strokes.
Yeah, exactly. I'd never seen it before. I was like, wait a second, don't do that. Stop. Yeah. That's ranch. No, I know. Adrian says, will Lance still be the first round pick if his athleticism was dialed way down? People are blinded by his athletic upside. But why wouldn't you factor that in? You want that.
Yeah, and I don't think they would dial it down. All those RPOs change when you can actually pull that thing out of there and move. Those RPOs that he ran with non-mobile quarterbacks. We saw CJ Beathard have some success and move the ball for 17 yards on certain scrambles when nobody saw it coming. So, yeah. I mean, hey, look, if you like pizza with ranch, that's cool. I just had to look. I go through my evaluation process. I tick all the boxes. I take a look, and when I see things like that come across, it's a red flag. I take them down a little bit.
This is the realest thing Thomas Tyler has ever wrote. It's so real, man. It's true. All the stuff we're hearing about Mac Jones, you would have definitely assumed from Zach Wilson just because of the face. I don't know. Maybe the headband.
Zach Wilson is he looks like a Disney character, almost like
really does.
Yeah,
like a child actor on a Disney Channel show. He's 12 and he's in Home Improvement, or he's in remember that group Hanson when we were kids. He looks like the fourth Hanson brother.
There was 4.
He would be the 4th.
Oh, okay. You're right. There was 3.
There were 3. Okay, there were 3. He would have been the 4th. Yeah. Pitts would be a good move, says Robert Young Jr. Hold on. Yeah, I agree. Good call.
Hashtag fits my narrative.
And he says, I may have missed it, but when did they turn down the option for 3? What do you mean?
The Packers?
Apparently it wasn't offered.
Tom Pelissero said that the 49ers reached out and they were rebuffed.
Rebuffed? Jeez. I haven't been rebuffed in a long time. It must hurt to be rebuffed. But that's what happens when you get married. That's the end of the rebuff years. Oh, man. What happened last time, man? I got rebuffed, dude. It was bad. I got rebuffed everywhere. All over.
Grant.
Man, it was the worst anyone's ever been rebuffed. Those are certain words you only hear in football, rebuffed. Imagine using that with your homies, man. Dude, you're about to get rebuffed tonight, dog.
Dude, do not go talk to her. She rebuffed me.
Shanko says ranch can only be put on buffalo chicken pizza. I've never had buffalo chicken pizza.
That's a good take. That's a good take.
Yeah, because buffalo chicken pizza is almost halfway to not pizza anyway, so I feel it. And all right, I'll give it a shot. Okay. I'm going to stop the show as soon as people let us. Carl says Trey Wingo just tweeted Rodgers was convinced he was headed to SF last night per sources. Are you kidding me? Wow. And I was laughing at the dude, man.
I mean, honestly, look.
Escalating, dude. Quickly.
I don't know what's happening, honestly, right now. I just got a text from one of my guys that said if Rodgers ends up being before the draft, just go start the live stream early, honestly. But I don't see it. What can they offer? I don't see it.
I don't know, man. I'm not going to question it. Just trade. Well, just draft Mac Jones now and then trade Mac Jones after, a sign and trade. That should get it done. Because Mac Jones is kind of like Aaron Rodgers 2.0. If you kind of skill set wise.
No. Come on, Grant. No. I mean, honestly, he could. So here's what I'll say: is LaFleur will feel like he can control him.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, he's been LaFleur's tired of Aaron Rodgers being I called this play. He'd be I don't care. It was a terrible play. I changed it.
I hate your play.
I'm definitely getting rebuffed tonight. What have we done?
Rebuffed. Ken says, "What's up, guys? I'm Ken. I watch a lot, but this is my first comment. Keep up the work. Stay dangerous." Oh, you bet. You already know.
Shout out, Ken.
All right, we need to go because if we don't, Aaron Rodgers is going to be on the 49ers in 30 seconds. And
wouldn't it be amazing if Aaron Rodgers got traded right now while we were on here right now? Like, that would be incredible. Electric. Absolutely electric.
It would be just absolutely electric. As soon as I say the show's over, we get 3. Like, no, you're not. No, it ain't. Yep. Sal says, come on, Grant, you passing my damn question. But anyway, would Chicago take the Jimmy bait and send that one for the Niners to get back in to get Najee? My bad, Sal. I'm sorry. So your question is, would they take the Jimmy bait? Chicago.
So that's my thing is Chicago's not completely out, right? Like, I get it. Andy Dalton's there. They tweeted out QB1, that's fine, but I remember Arizona tweeting out a quote saying Josh Rosen's our guy before they took Kyler Murray. Things change quickly. So let's see. And Nick Foles isn't the answer clearly there just because, again, Nagy, that doesn't work, but it wouldn't be out of the question, honestly, man. I think Chicago shouldn't be ruled out of the Jimmy Garoppolo thing is what I'm saying.
It's not just New England. It's Chicago, Washington, New England. Anyone else? Not Denver.
It would have been Denver, but now Denver's out, I think. I think Denver's done.
Why would Green Bay trade A-Rod within the NFC and see him every year for 3-4 years? Yeah.
That's career suicide. You're about to trade him to a team that's going to kick your ass every single time.
That's right.
I'm sorry,
that's right. No, it's okay. No. YouTube changed the restrictions and now it allows moderate cursing. Did you see that?
No.
So
I don't curse. I
don't
run a family show.
Yeah, me too. There are kids watching. Ignacio says, if this guy Lance is so good, why doesn't Saleh take him at 2? And if Zach Wilson is that much better, then the 3 pick was not worth what we gave up.
I don't know about that. I think that when you watch Zach Wilson, you can certainly see some things that, when I comped him to, a better Baker Mayfield with Aaron Rodgers glimpses, Trey Lance for me, and I'll say this on here. Trey Lance, who I comped him to was right now, and I'm talking about his ceiling. I comped him to Ryan Tannehill, and you guys don't understand that Ryan Tannehill's the same size as him, the absolute same size as him, like literally 6'4", 225, 225. Okay. Everything based off of play actions and how he hits passes downfield. Tannehill's probably a little bit more accurate at this point in his career, but Tannehill's also a plus athlete as he's played wide receiver just like Trey Lance. So that's the thing. It's like it depends on what you're looking for as well. Zach Wilson, profiles as a guy that I just talked about, and don't discount the ownership wanting who they want, and having him as the face. And I think that the Zach thing is all about done to 2. So I think that's it.
Also, everyone's saying, well, the Jets and the Niners run the same exact offense. Hold on. The offensive coordinator for the Jets is the little brother of the Packers head coach.
Yes.
And Matt LaFleur and Kyle Shanahan have similar offenses, but they're different. Yes. And I would think that Mike's is going to be more like Matt's than Kyle's. Right. And the difference, I think, is there's no one really commits to being under center more than Kyle and like Gary Kubiak. It's old school. LaFleur, I think, is going to be much more in the shotgun, running RPOs. That's what Rodgers did last year, and that's what Zach Wilson did at BYU. I think it's a good fit.
One more thing, too, about LaFleur's offense that is completely different. And this might sound silly because it should be as simple as this, but LaFleur's offense, and because, remember, you have Aaron Rodgers and you have Devontae Adams, every single first read on the concept is always Devontae Adams. But I know that sounds silly, right? I know that it sounds silly because he's the number 1 receiver, but not everybody runs it like that. Kyle doesn't run it like that.
No.
And it's an offshoot of what Kyle does. And trust me, I researched this. Every single first read is Devontae Adams. It's whether he goes to somebody else and he moves away. It's not the same thing. Like, that's not how it is with, who's a big, Julio's not the first read on everything.
DeAndre Hopkins.
None of those. That's not how they move. So if you notice, Devontae Adams, when you pair one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the world with one of the best releases in the world, that's what you're going to get. And LaFleur's offense is much different when it comes to that because Kyle Shanahan doesn't run his offense that way. Matt LaFleur allows his personnel to shine more, I feel like, because he's just like, hey, listen, if I got this and this, I'm not going to change that. While Kyle Shanahan still wants to get other things open, and he still can. So it is a variation of it, but it's not the same thing. The same thing. McVay doesn't run the same thing. Arthur Smith's not going to run the same thing. They run things that are similar. The base is that, but it's not the same thing. And
if LaFleur is going to emulate anyone, it's going to be his brother. I'm just guessing, even though he was with the Niners the last few years. And if you notice, the Niners did a lot of shotgun the last couple of years with Jimmy. A lot of RPO the last few years. James says, believe it or not, there actually is a 4th Hanson brother. His name is Mac. Not making that up. Oh, my God.
Can we Google that? Can we find that out for sure? Because that's a joke that's waiting to be had on Twitter.
Mac Jones? Is it Mac Jones? Maybe he was at a Hanson concert. He was definitely at a Mike Jones concert. Nice. Suns and Cardinals for life from Valley Boy. Appreciate you. Niner Mike Drop says, I don't know what to think anymore, a.k.a. Nectar Boy. Yeah, Nectar Boy. Hey.
Don't think anything. Just watch and it's a reality show. The draft has become a reality show at this point. It really has. And whatever. We're all gonna make our predictions, and some of us are gonna be wrong, some of us are gonna be right. But I'll tell you this: tonight's gonna be electric, and I am excited. I don't care either way. I'm gonna have so much fun tonight.
This is the Goldilocks draft. Justin Fields is too hot. Mac Jones is too cold. Trey Lance is just right. Yeah, I like that.
I like that.
Nice call.
That's good.
I like that.
That's good. That was a good one.
See, I still feel like there's a legit chance that the Jets take Fields because from Salah's perspective, that's exactly the kind of quarterback he hasn't been able to stop, man. The fast guy. It's exactly the kind of guy that seems like a perfect fit for him. But I don't know. With the
tinfoil hat on, like I said, LaFleur was part of QB Collective as well. So it's not like Kyle can hide that from him.
And I'm saying when this first happened, my first instinct was it's got to be for Zach Wilson, man. Because any other person is almost controversial. Zach Wilson, no one questions you. A+. It may not work out, but that night everyone's like, "Oh yeah, totally see that, totally get it."
What did we start with this rebuffed comment?
Rebuffed. Hold on. If SF is pizza, Mac Jones is ranch. I like Fields, but wouldn't rebuff Lance. Hey man, people just come on here to take this in really weird. It starts off as a football discussion, but at the end, it's really not.
I love your comment section, honestly. It's the best thing ever, honestly. It's so
intense, man. It's very entertaining.
Yeah.
Okay, we got you. All right, hold on. From now on, if you leave a comment, you have to have rebuffed in it. Haha, what's up, Grant? The Prophet. Yo, what's up, man?
Because Pitt's at 3.
Yeah. Trying. All right, man. It's 1:52. The show is over. Stop donating. We're out. He's got to go to the actual draft. Hey, man, give it up for Jason making big moves. The most determined man in journalism.
Thank you, Grant, honestly. And man, hopefully we have some stuff to talk about tonight. But it's going to be an electric night, man. Here we go.
Thanks, Jason. Chris, what did I just say? The only team that wants Jimmy is the adult films industry. He is done. And on that note, we are done. Thank you very much. We're out. We are out. It is over. We appreciate you.